guys. So on stream, a lot of the time I'm interacting with chat and I'm focused on the gameplay, and I thought, why don't I actually VOD review one of my own games?
They must have cost quite a bit.
Or at least some of it, because it'll probably take a while. And yeah, this way you might be able to, I don't know, get an insight into some of my thinking, some of the plays I make, why I make them. And yeah, we'll try and break things down in depth, and so maybe you can understand why I do the things that I do a little bit better. So let's start off with this start orb. It's not a big deal, but you see where we're aiming. Oh, wrong buttons. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know how to operate the replays things very well. If you have a look where I'm aiming for this corner. The idea is that it hits this wall here on the left, hits this wall on the right, and bounces back in the direction that it came, above the payload. So if I fire that late enough, the players coming out of spawn, the ones who go over onto this objective to push it, they get hit by the orb. And then because I fire it so early, like in relation to when they actually touch the objective, I get another one quite quickly. So you'll see that... Oh, wrong player. So you see us fire this orb. So notice where the enemy team are now. And we'll view the orb. Here it comes. And anyone who's on the objective, it hits them. They weren't on the objective, so it doesn't hit them. Okay, so we're just healing up our tank. Trying to listen out carefully for sounds. We can hear a player going underneath us, so we want to put some pressure on them. Quick heal over time on the rest of my team. This is scary, this part here. So there's a choice and an argument that I fade through this little doorway, because what happens is, from the Sojourn's point of view, around here, they will go for the rail shot at the last second when I'm walking through here. They don't need to go for it here, but if they're not fully charged, they'll go for it here. And if you have a look, again, wrong player. Right here is where I'm scared of a railgun coming through. So there's an argument that I fade, but she wasn't glowing blue, I don't think. So I don't think the railgun would have killed me. So I didn't fade, but actually it's about, yeah, about there. And then I'm like, okay, I'm safe. I get to save my fade. So I'm still contesting the objective. Now, here's a really cool spot for Moira, because she can play down on this objective and make sure that the enemies can't make any progress. But it's a really simple fade and then jump to get up to here. And there's a flat wall here, which allows me to, one, heal myself while behind cover for anything that was shooting me down here. And two, since I've got teammates standing here, the orb will heal them on this way, offer the bounce, and then heal them this way as well. So you'll see I exploit that quite a lot here. So we get up to here, no heal orb. We haven't got a heal orb active at the moment. Just staying behind cover. Found a teammate to heal. Quick heal orb there. We didn't really need to use it, but that's fine. Now, since we've got players pushing aggressively, we decide to also go aggressively. We try to block off the retreat route with the damage orb. Fade around to heal the Sigma. Again, fade's quite safe because we're not under any pressure. Just a bouncing orb. Didn't get the angle, but it's always fun to practice. So we reset. Now we're constantly concerned with down here. We had a player here. We know that it's going to take the enemy team some time to get here, and we're going to hear a lot of shooting noises for players here. But over here is where we're going to need the quick reaction, especially with like a Widowmaker. So even though we put a damage orb now over to there, we're looking around, see where our Widowmaker is, and we're back in this same position again. We can tank this damage as soon as the Tracer starts firing. Jump up to the top. Heal orb there. Heal orb heals all my team. They're all in good health. And we follow the heal orb, and that gets us back to health. Straight away onto healing the Sigma. Seems okay now. Quick check over here. We see the Tracers down there. Sigma should be fine for a while. Even if they started pushing, we'd hear the game sounds as well. So we're still here blocking the objective. We're using the cover from the objective back up top with a heal orb to heal ourselves and the rest of my team. We're straight away as fade is the cooldowns nearly coming back online. That's when we start to drop off, because we know, hey look, we can survive for a little bit of time. So if you look about here, fade's on 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and we already jumped down because we can generally survive for quite a while, especially if we're using also this payload for cover. So we should have time. We don't want to necessarily wait all the time for our fade cooldown because, yeah, you're just wasting value. So it's like, okay, that 2 second mark, jump off. We can survive for 2 seconds without fade. We had 19 health, but we're straight back up to our heal orb again, one that we fired earlier, and we've still got another heal orb. So jump back down again. Fade the Widow. So let's slow this one down. So yeah, we get that kill here. We've got a fade. And then I see the Widow, and the fact that she's strafing... Moira, stop with the voice lines. I'm trying to explain. We see that she's strafing really slowly, so we know she's charged. And she was charged the moment that we saw her. So why take the chance? At this rank especially, we just go in for the fade. And, oh, that was a bit too late then.
A single death can change everything.
So see if we needed to fade this. Yeah, I'd say we probably needed to fade it. It might not have been a headshot, but it was a shot that was on us.
Pain is inevitable. Fall in on me. Right where I wanted you.
So our orb kills 2. That's just the skill orb, right? So where I'd already fired that orb, right? Let's track it just for fun. I've gone back a little bit too far. So yeah. Widow shot, fade it. See where this orb goes. So we fire it there to try and zone and pressure the Widow. Oh, that's unlucky, Kiriko. Yeah, to fire and pressure the Widow out. And then the orb comes back. And yeah, Widow took another shot as well. But yeah, that was just fired in the direction because Widow's got this angle, and force her to rotate, it wastes a little bit of her time.
Stop the payload.
So back onto high ground. Except for me. Because I want to play these other angles because of how quickly I can get back up to the high ground. As long as we track where the Widow is, we hear the tracer blink. Tanks coming through there. We just want to put some pressure because even a little bit of damage out onto that tracer can stop her from pushing forward. We're not going to have our heal up, but we're not in any immediate danger. Ramatra is blocking. The beat comes in, and actually here's more about saving my team. But notice how we tank a few shots. So before we jump up, we do deliberately take a few shots. We could just fade, but then the Ramatra's going to look for another target. So right now, we're still staying here, right? He's still blocking, partially against us, partially against another person. The beat comes in. I could fade here. I don't fade right away. And also notice the timing on when I fade. So Ramatra... hang on. This is before the beat again, but it allows me to get over to the Ramatra. Where is he? I'm confused. Chaser. Here we go. Right. Notice when he punches, and then there's a delay, and then when he goes to punch again, we fade just before that punch goes in. So I'll speed it up. He's got to get the beat first. Right. 1 punch. 2 punch. And see, he punches air.
What's up?
So we time that so that we don't take the 3rd hit, but he still wastes that punch. And it's not very relevant in this situation because there's not really any targets around him. But imagine if like your team were more grouped up and there's another option for him and he's going for you and you make him waste 1 of his punches on air. That's a bunch of damage that's not happening on the rest of your team. It's the same with tanking, right? If I don't tank those shots, maybe he runs up the stairs and actually starts hitting somebody else. Instead, we're a target and it's like, okay, well, shoot me a bit. We're just going to heal it up. It's Moira tanking. So we've got a Coalescence here. Let's go back a bit. So this is because of the Kiriko ult. Not the Illari ult even. So the Illari ult comes in. And we see that hit and we're like, okay, they've got a shield up. It might be that our DPS, I mean, we've got Sojourn in a great position for this, but it might be that our DPS aren't going to be able to, like, detonate them. Coalescence is really good at detonating them. I don't think it hit as many people as I would have liked, and they seem to survive this quite well. And then, yeah, we're just chasing them around. Good positioning from Archer. So now they've got a Kiriko ult. We've got to be scared of that. We blink towards a fade towards a Tracer, and then we get stuck. There's nothing we can do about that once we've already used our fade. So, overview of what's happening to the teams. They are pushing us. Our Sigma's very low. Tracer's messing around. Tracer could have probably pushed and killed our Sigma. I like this. Even though it's like going to probably stagger one of our supports, look at the enemy team. Right, look at the enemy team. They had won a fight and they were pushing the objective. And for one Illari, you've got 3 players chasing them. We're back. Their tank is in a 1v4 and has to hide. They can't make any further progress. Whereas that Illari would be annoying. The Tracer, fine, track back and do it. But then you're in like a... They would be in a 3v3, 3v2, something like that. And they'd probably be able to push some, like, a bit of aggression in there. Because the tank was already low. So now our Illari's down, right? And we've pressured the tank. They haven't gained much objective, but they had a player up. Now, our Sojourn did manage to railgun the Tracer. So the teams are basically even here, but their tank's still in a horrific position. Kiriko tried to save, but yeah, we're all just pushing. So the enemy team basically grew from a great distraction from the Illari. And they're the distractions that I constantly go for. So, my hands are broken. Sojourn, jump. No. Okay, maybe it's before that. I swear I saw a jump bait move. Is it here? Yeah. So you see the Sojourn shoots a railgun. Let's watch it from their perspective. Slowed down. This is my classic jump bait tactic. So if you look... Oh wait, this is our Sojourn. Wrong person. This is where it happens as well. Maybe we'll get a good angle from here.
My ultimate is charging.
Jump. Fade. Railgun shot comes in at air, right? So let's have another look from the actual Sojourn's perspective. Which is... this player. And I'll explain why this is a thing.
This ends now.
Watch it in full speed first of all. Okay, oh, there we go. Right, you see it. Slow it down a minute. So here we go. I jump, it sets up the shot. Oh wait, it's this jump, next jump. So I deliberately jump, it sets up a shot for her. And she shoots the air because we're fading. She's wasted her railgun. Well, sorry, traded her railgun for fade. So this, in this situation, it's not going to work. Because she's going for a, like, desperation slide. And so she's just going to go for the railgun shot regardless of if I'm jumping or not. Like, she has no choice with that. But yeah, every Widowmaker, every Ashe, every Sojourn with a railgun is going to go for that shot when you jump. That's why people say that jumping is bad. Jumping in Overwatch is bad. Jumping in FPS games is bad because it sets you up on this predictable arc and they see you go up and they go, oh, I'll just put my crosshair here. And then you're going to pass through it because you lose a bunch of control and then they just kill you. So basically, you're not really moving at all when you're at the apex of a jump. And so every guide out there says jumping is bad. Well, we exploit that by deliberately jumping, setting them up for the easiest shot in the world, and then we fade it. And they waste that railgun charge. And we waste fade, but we can also reposition with it, whereas they just need to build up another one. And that can save the lives of so many teammates. Right, remember what the Illari did earlier? So, many players would try and fade back from this situation. If I fade back here, so I'm here and they're, you know, they've got a monkey. They're going to put loads and loads of pressure on me. If I fade back, I'm getting to about here. Monkey jumps around the corner. The rest of the team follow. They're moving in the direction that they want to move in, which is pushing this objective up here. If I fade back this way, what happens is some of their team might go, hey, I want to move the objective. We want to push. We've only got... It's basically coming into overtime, right? And then some of their team go, ooh, Moira, free kill in the back. If we've got to kill the Moira, then we'll be a player up. And so it's like, okay, well, can we just... How many players can we take with us? And that hopefully will help us win the fight on the objective. So we've got Tracer on us. Now we've got the rest of them all following us. And again, there's the option to go back. Are we going to make it out? Probably not. Is it going to stop them from moving the objective? No, they're going to actually accidentally move in the direction they want to move in. So we give them a choice. We say, okay, what if we go round here? What's going to happen? Is anybody going to chase? And so Sojourn chases. I'm kind of not too happy with a heal or play and stepping out like as early as I do. But it means in overtime, they're a player off of the objective. So, yeah, we're a player off the objective as well. Well, we're 2 players off the objective. Right now, it's basically a 3v... Where's their other player? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whatever. I don't know who they're missing, but I can't find one of their players. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Let's go back to my little battle. So only a Sojourn tracks back, and I kind of messed up there. When I jumped to bait the railgun, I'm pretty sure that she wasn't glowing. That's not the blue glow, so she's on... is this who I'm looking at? Oh no, it is 100. Interesting. Okay, the railgun comes in afterwards, but yeah, I opted not to fade because I didn't think she was going to take the shot.
I'm on my game now.
So now, my team, they are effectively a player down. But I'm still happy with the play. It would have been nicer if more players had headed off. So we lose our tank. We've got a DPS up top, so we just need to try and contest the objective for as long as possible and buy time for our tank to come in. So we're trying to do some healing, but really we're just really contesting the cart. Heal orb there, Coalescence as well. Now the Coalescence is high risk, but because we've got the heal orb and Coalescence, that's a lot of self-healing. We're giving ourselves tank levels of self-healing. So the only thing that really kills us is burst. So we're on 79 health. Heal orb, Coalescence. Heal orb still bouncing back and forward. Our health is basically staying full. Even when a Tracer flips us, it's staying in a good position. We still have Fade to use, right? Managed to take out the Kiriko. Another flat bounce on a wall. And we're trying to follow the trajectory of the orbs. Monkey's trying to push us off of the car and then push everybody else so that we can effectively C9 it. He's not so much going for the kills. Now we're still just trying to contest the objective and follow the orb. I could have done a bit better with the healing. But really, we did the best that we could. Straight onto the orb again. And we try and do a contest, and that was a long stall. But it's not enough for our team, unfortunately. They did waste their Kiriko ult. Is this the swap of shame? See, I think that players do this because they just use their ult and they want to save face. I don't think they needed to swap, especially when we're on the roadhog, right? So here we can jump down knowing we've got Fade and knowing my team's to the right. So if we ever need to fade back, we're going to be protected by Roadhog. We see the D.Va, we back off after firing the orb. Try and support as much as we can. You can hear some footsteps underneath. Try and pressure the Ana. Again, we've got Fade back. Quick glance back to see where my team are. Fade is up, so we can be a bit brave. Create a heal zone for ourselves. If too many Echo Bombs hit me, then I'm going to fade, but not enough hit me. So with the heal orb there as well, I didn't need to fade the damage. I can save the fade. So go to pressure. D.Va goes in the window, so we're free to fire an orb. Bounce the orb along Ana's retreat. So that's one of the key things here. We could just throw the orb directly at the Ana. But at this moment, so first of all, it's like, okay, we can't orb right now, but I'm looking at it. And then we're thinking, where is this Ana going to move to? She's against the wall. We could fire it directly at her, or where she's about to move to there. But then when she crosses over to the right to retreat, the orb's going to go off that way and it's not going to hit them. So the moment D.Va's like not looking at us, it's like, hey, opportunity. So we deliberately aim it on the wall because the idea is, I mean, you'll be able to see it, but basically it fires this way and it's going to bounce towards where she's going to try and escape. She does have the option of trying to escape here, but yeah, I think instinctively she's going to try and background there. So okay, we're in some third person view, but whatever, we'll go with it. And then D.Va's too late, so you can't defense matrix.
Nothing remains.
My grasp. How do I change this back? There we go. And so we managed to snipe off the Ana, like under the nose of the D.Va. We got Fade. We Fade back. We've got no heal orb though, so we may need to Coalescence. I think our other healer possibly got us there. Ignore the flying heal orb. That's a replay bug. Try and pop the D.Va mech. Couldn't do it. We know their tank's out of the fight for a minute, but too much damage from the Tracer. We've also got to keep worrying about a pulse bomb. Tracer does have it. So every time we use Fade, there's a chance we go for the pulse. Now I want to try and go for the flank here. I want to make sure that she uses the sleep before I use Coalescence. Unfortunately, she does hit it, so we're just going to Fade back. Hide behind here. Right. This is a little moment. So yeah, we don't use the Coal as soon as we see the Ana because we need to make sure that the sleep misses us. It doesn't miss us, it hits us, so that's fine. Now we've just got to worry about the 3, 2, 1. Now we're holding down the shift button. We're not just pressing it. Basically, if we hold shift from here, and it's your fade button, it's going to fade as soon as you possibly can. So we fade, 55 health.
Receive my aid.
It clears the anti. So we fire a heal orb, and then when we're behind here, we hit Coalescence. We're on 80 health. We stay behind the wall for a second. Watch our health. I'll slow it down. Coalescence self-heal with the heal orb that we threw. Our health is back up to 200 before we step out again. Now that all happens quite quickly, but we used the first second of Coalescence for health regen. Heal orb, health regen, and back out. So now we put the pressure on the Ana. We got our fade in time. It also buys some time for our cooldowns, by the way, by hiding there. Ana misses this sleep, but with the beat, that's the end of the flank. So we're trying to follow the heal orb up the ramp, trying to again put pressure over onto the Ana. We'll come back to that later. We've got pressure on the Lucio as well. Reaper goes for an ult that wasn't really needed. Trying to use some cover of the payload. I don't know why I looked up. Right, so I think it might have been the sound of the Reaper. The Reaper teleport. No, it wasn't. So we looked at that afterwards. I'm not sure why I looked up there. Yeah, no idea. No idea why I looked there. I must have heard something like a sound effect. But yeah. So 10 seconds remaining. They managed to push.
Now, to start anew.
Right, so my way of thinking is D.Va's looking main. So if I go for a flank angle here, I can wait for my fade cooldown. I can also bounce that orb in, and I can put some pressure and then run away. And we pull D.Va, and we pull Echo. They're in overtime, remember. Their tank is not on the payload in overtime. Neither is their Echo. So we still have an Echo and a D.Va. And in this time, I am shocked that we have not just won the game. Or mostly won the game. So we'll have to have a look what happens here. I don't actually know what happens, but if you just think about the madness that occurred here. In this moment, enemy has one player on the two players on the payload. Security, right? Just in case. So they have both of their supports on the payload. They have 3 players pushed up. Tracer's going off for a flank. Kiriko has a TP, right? So she should be okay. We've gone for a flank up here. And our reinforcements are arriving. They will be taking a little bit of time. Maybe that's why. Maybe the timing's just off with my push. So, this over here. She TPs and has a Mega next to her. Right now, this is when the D.Va and Echo are chasing. So we have 3 players, nearly 4 players, moving up towards the cart. So let's play. So right now, this is why. So because of this tracer, this is a big mistake. Kiriko, okay, fine, I can understand that. But it's overtime. All of the work that I've done here has been offset, probably with interest, with this tracer. Because in overtime, where the enemy team is forced to leave players on this objective, they have 2 supports. 2 supports are on the payload. We have a Reaper and a Zarya. And it would be 2 supports with a Tracer against a Reaper, Zarya, Sojourn, and Kiriko. With this play over here. This should be the easiest fight in the world for our team. But let's see what happens. Even now, you have 2 supports here. Yeah. The Tracer distracted. Like, if we pushed, we would have killed both of the supports. We'd have a Zarya, Reaper, and a Sojourn up against a D.Va and an Echo. And a Tracer. That's just a match you just win. But it doesn't matter. It's not so much about the results, it's about the thinking, right? That's the reason why we went for that flank. It's overtime, we pull plays off the cart. If they don't budge, then we just approach from that angle. There's not really that much to lose from it, right?
Is a painful path to walk.
So now enemy team has managed to push it way further than really they should have. So try and get urgent healing on the Zarya, and honestly, fades 1 second away. It's difficult to survive that one. Good timed one from the D.Va.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
So pushing out. Which way are we going to go? Now that part even hurt my brain, because to know which way to leave spawn here, you've got 2 options obviously, and you might think, oh well, this isn't important at all. It's really important, because most of my team are in this direction. I've got 1 player out here, but I also have to think about the orb bounces, because coming out of here, oh wait, I can't move the mouse. Coming out of here, there's all these walls which I can bounce the orbs to help my team out here. And so I get to heal the Kiriko here. She's also probably the most exposed, even though they are pushing here. She's the most exposed, she can TP. Whereas if I go out this way, look, I can't do anything. I mean, I guess I could bounce the orb there, but I don't get good vision as well. So I opt to go to the left. You see me hesitate for a little bit there. So we get a heal over onto there, and we bounce it up the back wall. That's to try and heal the Zarya up as much as we can. It did get some healing on her. She does go down. Remember I said if too many Echo Bombs hit me, I'm going to fade. But if not enough hit me, I'm not going to fade. Well, too many hit me there. So right-clicking the D.Va, especially while she's in Defense Matrix. We're pushing out aggressively to try and push the enemy team back. Supporting the Reaper, but we've got to be a little bit wary of like a fast push. Now this Sojourn was spamming group up, group up, group up, and I completely get that. But Reaper's got 2 forms of I'm going to get out of here. Kiriko's got a 1 button, I'm going to get out of here. And Moira, well, yeah, you know, we've got our fade to get out of here. We've got 3 players there that can really disengage quickly. So we can afford to play quite far forward, knowing that we can get back. And see, I backed off. I think their forms of escape are slightly better than mine. Kiriko's being an instant TP. See, even now, Reaper hasn't budged, right? So D.Va's out of position. She's also low health, so we just engage the players around the corner. Found the low health target. Found a low health target. And yeah, they were just completely bullied off of the point.
Pain is inevitable. 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 Pain is inevitable.
Score 0
So
to 2.
I'm not going to do the second half of this
Switching
match.
sides.
We do win the game. I do swap to Life Weaver. It was quite tricky
Initiating
to
match.
play, but because of how much time spent on Life Weaver, I swapped to Moira over at the end. But I hope that gave some sort of insights into the way that I think when I play.
30 seconds remaining.
And yeah, guys, if you want to see more of those, then just let me know in the comments. And yeah, I might do a few more of them. All right, take care.